They say that April showers bring May flowers, but we believe that the 4th and 5th months of the year bring out the best in Filipino football.
So stick with us for another half hour as we give you the best and the latest in the UFL. I'm Mariel Benitez.
And I'm Mia Cabalfin, and this is the United Football League. It's our game. They relinquished their crown in the LBC UFL Cup, but now they are back to redeem themselves in league competition. Let's find out if defending league champion Air Force Rider has a different flight pattern this time around in our team profile. Given the physical restrictions that military service puts on cadets, Air Force Rider have traditionally been based more on speed, willpower, and technical execution than on pure size and strength. Air Force Rider score their goals with a quick, striking offense and have routinely competed favorably against bigger and stronger UFL opponents. Air Force Rider's style of play lives up to their name. The airmen employ tactics very much like a fighter jet diving from great heights with a target in its sights. Guiding the team is the solid leadership of coaches Edwin Cabalida and Edsel Bracamonte. Sergeant Edsel Bracamonte, the assistant coach of the airmen, faces numerous challenges.
Ayun, marami kaming suspended na player. So we'll see. Depende mamaya first 15 minutes. Siguro keep on attacking, score goals. Well, sa ngayon, ang core value namin is in step. Yung ng Air Force ngayon yung core value. So, hand in hand, tulungan.
Having a determined leader behind the team provides a big boost for them. Coach Edsel teaches his men to understand when to attack and to defend. They need to have communication on the pitch.
Well, this thing is hard. Never say die until the last minute.
Solid leadership coupled with a united team translates into victory on the pitch. Air Force Rider have enjoyed success not only on the field, but they are also a source of pride for the servicemen and women of the Philippine Air Force. When we return, let's find out if Air Force Rider gets to fly high in our first match of the week.
Si Iwan, inutusan kasi ng tatay niya, bumili ng bigas. Tapos, nung gabi nun, madilim na madilim. Tapos, sabi ng tatay niya sa kanya, "Oh, Juan, bumili ka ng bigas." Sabi ng tatay niya, sabi ng anak niya na, "Tay, ayoko tay kasi natatakot ako. Madilim doon sa labas eh." Sabi naman ng tatay niya, "Huwag kang matakot anak, kasi yung Diyos kasama mo parati." Sabi ng anak niya, "Tay, kayo na lang magsama ng Diyos."
Welcome back. Coming off their very first win against their arch rivals, Green Archers Orient Freight now has the unenviable task of going up against defending league champions Air Force Rider. Now, will the Green Archers get back-to-back wins for the very first time, or will Air Force Riders soar high over their foes? Let's find out in our first match of the week. Air Force Rider resumed their league campaign following the return of the Ascal's veterans to the squad. Coach Edwin Cabalida employed the regular 4-4-2 formation against a Green Archers Orient Freight side looking to capitalize on their recent victory. Meanwhile, Coach Montu Garcia laid out an attacking 4-5-1 formation, compensating for the absence of key suspended players. Air Force didn't waste time in looking to score that opening goal when the aptly named Sergeant Montellano nearly scored 3 minutes into the match, but the ball hit the post instead. Bacolod hero Chiefy Caligdong tried his hand, but his attempt goes straight at Green Archers keeper Martin Villaflor. Montellano threatened the Archers defense once again in the 12th minute, but Villaflor was there to spoil his efforts. Montellano finally got the breakthrough in the 13th minute as the Green Archers defense fails to clear the ball. Montellano does not miss, putting Air Force up 1-0. Green Archers played with fire in the 15th minute and nearly got burned as the always dangerous Ian Araneta latches onto a long ball that almost leads to an Archers' own goal. The Ascal striker remained a constant threat at goal, but he fails to connect with a cross in the 32nd minute. With Air Force dominating possession in the first half, Coach Garcia's side saw a sliver of light in the 36th minute, but midfielder Shape Johnson's attempt flies over the crossbar. Things got heated in the second half when Johnson was given his marching papers in the 58th minute, thus reducing Green Archers to 10 men. Air Force Rider again tested the Green Archers defense in the 70th minute. But the backline was caught flat-footed a minute later when a Mark Anthony free kick finds Araneta at the right place at the right time. 2-0 Air Force. The boys in green tried to respond, but their efforts were effectively stopped by Air Force's Ed Mercado. Araneta and company continue to wreak havoc on the Archers' defense. Coach Garcia's boys replied from point-blank range only to fall short once again. Green Archers regrouped a minute later and Ting Pasilan's effort was rewarded in the 80th minute, effectively pulling one back for the Green Archers. As the clock winded down, Air Force went looking for an insurance goal while Green Archers tried for the equalizer. Air Force hang on to the lead and the win to stay second on the table with 7 points.
Ina-expect na dun babagsak yung bola, bali binasa ko lang siya, so timing naman na nandun lang ako sa tamang lugar. So kinuha ko na lang yung opportunity, buti naman pumasok. Yung sa Challenge Cup, syempre yung tuloy-tuloy yung laro, yung game conditioning nandun, tapos yung stamina, syempre tuloy-tuloy walang pahinga. So bali pag dito na sa UFL, condition pa rin. Si Chippy kasi matagal na rin kami nagsasama sa national team tapos sa Air Force. Bali yung kanina, so sayang nga madaming chances pero siguro epekto pa ng puyat kasi 3 na kami nakadating kaninang umaga, so wala pang tulog. Tapos pagdating ng bahay hindi pa masyadong makatulog kasi jet lag pa sa biyahe, so pagod. Pero buti naman nung second half nakakuha na ng second win, tapos yun na, tuloy-tuloy na yung laro.
Get to meet one of the future stars of Philippine football after this short break.
Anong bansa ang habulin ng mga lalaki? Ano? Di Uganda. Yeah!
Back. If you want to get much closer to the action, you can always head over here to the University of Makati to watch the UFL matches. And the great thing about it is that it's absolutely free. Anyway, you can never be too young to be a part of a UFL squad. And this 16-year-old is a living proof as he is one of the key men in his squad. Check him out in this player profile.
I am Gabby Borja and I play for Loyola FC and I'm a winger. I started playing since I was 4 years old. When I was 4, my dad told me, "Oh, you need a sport." So I was choosing between basketball and football. But since I was small, I said, football na lang. So yun, I started playing in AFC, Ateneo Football Club. So yeah, and then that's how I started. And I was a bit small when I was 4, so I chose football. And then now I think it's a good choice because football is a world sport. It's funny how like when I go to other countries, I can always relate to football with other people, even though they can only speak English, even though it's not Filipino. I can always relate to them with using football. It's a global language. Well, the most exciting thing about football, there's a lot actually, because well, I like how the ball moves, and it's always like a graceful movement when players have the ball and when players score goals. It's almost like an art form. So that's what I like about football. Main game ritual is visualizing. Like I'm already imagining the scenarios that can happen, because that's the most important. Visualize already in your head what can happen in the game. So if you visualize, then it'll be set in your mind, in your subconscious mind. Then you can execute during the game time. My greatest dream as a football player, I'll dream big, make it to the World Cup. So I'll just hope for that and dream big. I think it's a good thing that I'm a youngest player, because it's a funny story how I got to play in Loyola. Because for high school, I was choosing between Ateneo and Philippine Science High School. So I wanted to go to Ateneo because of football, but Philippine Science for the studies and the academics. But in the end, I chose Philippine Science High School. So I needed a team. And then I asked my coach, most of my teammates are my coaches. I asked them if I could train with Loyola FC. And they said, yeah, sure, try out. And then I trained with them, and then eventually I was able to increase my skills and get into the team. I think right now it's an advantage for me because I still have room to grow and I can still improve. And playing with great players like and some of the ASCALs players here, playing with experienced players, I can get lots of insight and experience from playing with them. When you mentioned football, of course, the ole, 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 and that's it's like the global thing.
Coming up, this newly renamed club hopes to give their foes the shock treatment. Stay tuned.
Knock knock. Oh, sir! Ako ba? Ako mabaho?
Anong isda ang mahilig sa sports?
Ano?
The fishball!
Welcome back. You're still watching the United